Hello guys and welcome to a new video. Today GDU O2, DJI MAVIC Air, side-by-side comparison. Let's go inside. Hello again, this is Alex Asmacher, and actually for this video we wanted to compare the new GDU O2 with the DJI MAVIC Pro, but we were writing the script and we thought better let's compare it to the DJI MAVIC Air, which is somewhat closer to the GDU O2. What is the problem? That we were writing the categories, we wanted to do a side-by-side comparison with points like we usually do, and we just saw that the GDU failed and lost in every single category we did against the DJI MAVIC Air. So this video, I'm telling you right now, it's just for putting side by side all the facts and specs so that you have more info and wish some luck to GDU in the future. Let's start first of all with the price. Actually, these two drones are in the category of 500 to 1,000 bucks, and the only point that the GDU will get out of this comparison is the price. It is 732 bucks, which is a little bit less money than the $799 of the DJI MAVIC Air. There is GDU trying to, fight a little bit against DJI. Let's go now to the real business. Battery flight time. MAVIC Air 21 promised minutes, GDU 20 promised minutes. We know none of both achieve those numbers, but at least this one has a bigger capacity than the GDU. The size. Look at this. Even though unfolded, well, no, the DJI MAVIC Air is smaller when folded and when unfolded. Just take a look now that I fold it. This is actually how they look folded, so there is a difference in size. Look at this. Look at this. Now let's talk about accessories, and there's a bunch of brands, big brands doing filters, prop guards for the DJI MAVIC Air, I don't know, Polar Pro, Freewell, tons of big brands doing stuff. GDU, I don't even know where to get a second battery on their official website. So if someone knows, please tell me, but I've been looking for, I can't find it. And I have not seen any brand yet doing, I don't know, filters or anything else for this GDU. So this is also a big point for the DJI MAVIC Air. Are you there? Oh, are you enjoying this videos? Are you having fun? Could you please leave the thumb for us? Thank you so much. Now probably the fact that bothers us the most, and really I can't live with it. The GDU O2, as you saw in our review, which by the way you can check out last week, you can't really play with any of these settings, video settings or photo settings, which nowadays I just need to play with them. On the DJI MAVIC Air you can play with the shutter speed, with the ISO, and even with the frame rate, and you can't even touch the frame rate on this GDU. So there's still a lot of work to do by GDU. Point for the DJI MAVIC Air. Let's now talk a little bit about the video quality output, and we are video filmmakers and producers. You saw it on the review. It's kind of horrendous what this drone is doing on the video. Just in fact because you can't really play with the shutter, with the ISO, so you are for sure going to get some jello effect, some wobbly images. This makes the whole thing a little bit less professional, as you can change settings here, put filters, you will get a way more professional output here. point for this one. Now, also interesting is the range of both. Both work with Wi-Fi and both have about 1 kilometer range. So, and you better don't have any trees between you and the drone, because you're gonna lose the image signal on both. That is a tie. And also we wanted to talk about the internal space, because we were very, very happy that the DJI MAVIC AIR had 8 GB of internal space. The first DJI drone with internal space, and you know, for those days where you forget the SD cards. And this one has 16 GB of internal space. And you may say, okay, this is better. Yeah, well, it's better, but you know the problem, it doesn't allow you to put any micro SD card or SD card at all. What is this? What is this? If I'm traveling, you know how fast I just film 16 GB of videos and photos? Big loser point for this one. Another point for the Air. Oh, and not to forget the sensor size of both of the drones. This one has 1/3 of an inch sensor, and this one has 2.3 inch sensor, which makes it a little bit bigger, and you know, the quality is also better. One of the worst things that I mentioned on the review last week was the noise that this drone was making. It was really terrible. And you know, noise is very important nowadays. This one is way noisier than this one. It's a clearly point for this one. Adding that to what comes now, which is the, you know, hovering stability, you could see, and you'll see now, that the GDU, even though it's pretty stable, it's not fixed on one point. Like it doesn't seem that it works on GPS. It moves a little bit. The DJI MAVIC AIR is way more stable. Another point for this one. Camera field of view. 79.8 degree the GDU and 85 degree the DJI MAVIC AIR. This is another tie because this is, you know, your own taste. Still talking about the video quality, slow-mo, yes. The DJI MAVIC AIR was introduced with an amazing 120 frames per second, which, you know, gave us a really smooth and cool slow-mo. And as you could see on the review, there was a slow-mo option on this one. We did it, and all it does is film at 6 frames per second. And the output was just terrible. It was terrible. Another point for this one. The weight of both drones, 430 grams, 725 grams, which is, you know, almost double the weight of the DJI MAVIC AIR. Not quite, but almost the weight. God, another point. We've been talking about the sensors, and both have sensors, but this one has the APAS, and GDU has not come with a technology similar to the APAS. So, you know, avoiding obstacles, this one works better. It doesn't stop hovering, it just, you know, what APAS is, right? Finally, let's talk about the intelligent flight modes. And, you know, GDU has them and has some really nice, interesting, and very similar to the Air ones, just because they have named them exactly the same way. Rocket, Helix, but DJI MAVIC AIR has a couple with, for our feeling, our, you know, the Sphere, the Panoramas, the Boomerang. We're gonna give it a tie, but, you know, DJI has a little bit the nose in front of GDU in this case. Just as a conclusion, and for summing up a little bit what we've seen in this video, you know, when putting them side by side, the GDU just loses pretty much in everything. But, you know, we said it clearly in our review, there are some nice details on this drone, and it's a drone to consider, and it's a company to consider, and we don't want to just play them out instantly. We believe that there is the potential. But again, putting them side by side today at April 2018, the DJI is still not only one step, but like 4, 5, 10 steps ahead of any other company. So in specs and features, DJI is gonna destroy, at least now, all the companies that try to fight against them. But, you know, when flying the GDU, we had fun. The controller was nice, and it had some, as I'm saying, some details that were very interesting. So just don't wipe this drone out of your thoughts. Give it a couple of years maybe, and I hope that we finally have some time a real competition against DJI. But for now, this one is still the killer. So really, there's nothing else we want to say today. Thank you for your comments lately, all those people showing your support. We really appreciate it so much. You can't really imagine how much. Leave any other questions you want to know or be answered, the GDU drone or the MAVIC Air, just leave them in the comments. We will be answering them. Of course, we're here for you, doing this for you guys, and nothing really else to say. Always remember to keep calm and talk UAV.